Welcome back, guys. This is the King of Weaves here, and this is What If Naruto Won Rogue Part 4. It's actually 12:25 a.m., and this is basically the fourth part. Like I said before, I'm going to try to make this as quick as possible. I mean, I can't really speed up time, but anyway, we move. Last time we left off with Naruto and Team 7 actually heading towards their first exam. Of course, they have to go through the Genjutsu, which Naruto doesn't get affected by at all, and he was able to break the whole entire Genjutsu with the click of his fingers, and said, "Well, weak Genjutsu. Maybe it was if it was a bit stronger, you could have got rid of some of these weaklings." Anyway, of course, Naruto and Team 7 were heading towards the first exam, and Rock Lee still challenges Sasuke. Just like in the original, Sasuke actually accepts it and was actually able to keep up with Rock Lee. Sasuke trained even harder here and already has the 2-to-1 Sharingan by now, nearly on the third Tomoe, and Naruto was basically the motivation for Sasuke right now. Even though he has a goal, still Naruto was a new motivation for Sasuke to get stronger, because Naruto showed that he can keep up with Jonin, not for too long, but as long as he can keep up at this age. As soon as he graduated from the academy, he showed absolutely nothing in the academy, and as soon as he graduates, he shows off that, which Sasuke couldn't even do, not even barely, literally could do absolutely nothing against Kakashi. That's why he trained even harder, and he was actually being becoming stronger as time went, and he actually started using weights just like Rock Lee, something that he thought of doing before, but he always thought that he didn't need it. But now, after seeing the speed that Naruto showed off, he realized that maybe this wasn't too bad. Anyways, of course, now Naruto, who Sasuke was able to draw with the Rock Lee. Rock Lee was actually about to take off his weights, but my guys still came in and stopped them from fighting any further or going any further than this, because they have an exam. And as they walk away, of course, he looks back and he says, "So that's Kakashi's team. They're going to be the strongest team here, probably. But the one that scares me the most is the other one, Naruto." Even my guy could feel Naruto's not menace, but he can feel that Naruto is someone different, someone who doesn't care, someone ruthless. So if someone was about to go up against Naruto, they should be careful of not going too far. As soon as they see that they're losing and Naruto has the upper hand, they either give up, or they need to have an OP technique to turn the tables around. For example, like the gates, which has a chance of turning the tables with Naruto. However, Naruto, if you start losing against Naruto and you don't have a technique to actually turn the tables, counter attack effectively, you definitely have to give up. Otherwise, you may suffer a sad death. Anyways, now the junior exams actually begin. The first exam was passed easily by everyone. Naruto actually breaking records. He record breaking scores. Well, not scores, but times were set on that day. Tsuki actually came first out of everyone in the past. Even the fourth Hokage, she was able to beat his speed and without cheating. But Naruto was able to beat her speed, so she broke the top record, when Naruto broke her record as soon as she set it. Even though Naruto gave it in first, they were marked together, since they were pretty much, Tsuki literally gave it 4 seconds afterwards, pretty much. And anyways, Naruto was considered as the top of the top right now, and Tsuki as the second best. Of course, then it was Minato, and then Itachi. Itachi was second, Minato was first, now Minato's third, and Itachi's fourth. you could see that the next generation is definitely something. However, Naruto is not someone that they should consider as the next generation for now, because Naruto does not want to stay in this village. He does not consider himself as a elite villager. He has the headband, but he doesn't want it. Truly, he would really give it back. However, he wants to keep it just to show people that he does not care. He is a rogue ninja. After Naruto will leave, it's pretty much over. Like, he doesn't care anymore. Sorry. Anyways, now Naruto and Team 7 continued to the second part of the exams, and of course, them all passing and Ibiki's little trick. So if you stay here, you will, and you fail, you'll never be able to take it again. But if you leave now, you can take another the next year. Blah blah blah, whatever. And a lot of people left, and if one of their teammates left, that means the whole team would fail. Anywho, of course, Naruto didn't really care. He just stayed put because this was his opportunity to actually escape. As soon as people let down their guards, Naruto would take it and flee as far as possible. Anyways, even if he has to, he'll use KCM for more than 10 seconds. He'd rather die somewhere else other than the village by using KCM for more than what his body can handle, and in the end even die just by trying to escape than actually being in that village that he hates so much. Anywho, Naruto, of course, being the strongest one out of everyone right now, he doesn't really care. He could pass the tuning exams easily on his own. He doesn't really need a team at all. But he continues into the forest of death and is my training ground. Tsuki actually overhears this, and she finally finds out where Naruto actually trains now. It's in this forest. Even Tsuki had she had a bit of fear once she saw the forest, and once they entered, after the rules were explained, there are no rules. And yeah, of course, she realized that Naruto has been training here for the past nearly however long he's been away from his normal training grounds, 1 week, 2 weeks, around there. And anyways, now, Naruto, of course, knows everything. He knows the forest of death like the back of his palm, but he doesn't really care, and so he just stays behind the two until they get attacked by Orochimaru. Orochimaru knew that Naruto was the strongest one out of them, because he's actually been observing Sasuke and with his spies, and from what he's seen, Naruto is the strongest out of the team, and so he needs to get Naruto out of the way, because he doesn't know that if Naruto will interfere or not. From what his spies told him is that Naruto doesn't really communicate with his team, doesn't help them, he doesn't like them at all. However, he can't be sure, and so he still kicks Naruto really hard with a kick that he would do against Jiraiya, even to kick him away as far as possible, and Naruto gets sent miles away, literally miles away. He even hits another team and takes down a few trees and even animals with him. Of course, Naruto then stands up and realizes that there's something wrong, and once he actually returns to the battlefield, he sees that both the two Uchihas have been bitten. Anyways, of course, Naruto's confused on what's going on, and so he looks onwards to see that Orochimaru had a bit of blood on his lip, and he actually just wiped it off and licked it off of his hand. Naruto, of course, being pretty disgusted, is that just because you disgust me, I'll kill you. If you just didn't do that, it wouldn't have really mattered. I would have let you go. However, you disgust me, you damned snake. Of course, then Naruto actually blitzes Orochimaru with his two kunais, creating two swords, using his new style, the two-sword style technique that he learned, a technique that he learned. And of course, Orochimaru was actually able to bring out his own Kizanagi blade. Is it Kizanagi? Yeah, Kizanagi and Izanagi blade. Wait, Totsuka blade? No, not Izanagi blade. Wait, I'm confusion. Kusanagi blade. I'm sorry, I got it wrong. And anyways, of course, he uses the Kusanagi blade on Naruto, which of course did absolutely shit all. He really didn't do anything, and Naruto was actually able to keep up with Orochimaru's sword until Orochimaru actually stepped up the game and actually broke one of his kunais, which made it rendered it useless, and so Naruto went on to use just one sword. Naruto was a sword wielding master by now. Naruto was literally spinning around his hand like it was some kind of pen, and also throwing it alternating hands like he could use it with both hands, which showed that Naruto can use both hands, dominant and non-dominant, to wield the sword, and it was on both his hands were able to use it on the same level as the other one, the dominant one, so they were on the same level. And so Naruto, if one day someone breaks his right arm, he can still use his left arm to wield, well, his left side of the body to wield the blade like it's nothing. And anyways, now of course Naruto and Orochimaru fight on for a bit, and Orochimaru says that this will be the final blow, and Naruto then says, alright then, so you wanna die here? Anyways, Naruto and Orochimaru go for their last blows, and Naruto of course slices Orochimaru, but not only that, he doesn't finish there. He actually gets sliced himself, but he actually jumps back and Rasengan's Orochimaru right in the hip, on the backside of his rib cage, and of course Orochimaru was actually injured by Naruto's sword as well. Orochimaru wasn't able to move away from this because Naruto was actually able to paralyze him for a split second, which was more than enough for Naruto to actually smash a Rasengan into him, and Orochimaru decided to escape after that. Naruto was sliced, and he took his two teammates, he dragged them around because he couldn't really leave them there. He didn't really care, but at the same time, if he just left them there, someone could kill them, and he didn't really want them to die. Even though he doesn't care, he just wants to leave the village. Anyways, he thought of this as an opportunity to leave them behind. However, he'd rather do it as soon as they wake up. As soon as they wake up, he'd just disappear. But anyways, Naruto sees them wake up, and Tsuki wasn't in her curse mark form while Sasuke was, and Naruto then actually disappears. Naruto, of course, disappearing from their sight, of course, made Tsuki worried because she didn't see Naruto anywhere, and she was worried. However, once the sound trio actually arrived, they actually had to fight, and Sasuke woke up with this curse mark, which then he actually destroyed all the sound trio and started attacking Tsuki, which Tsuki was actually still tired and she could not fight properly, and Naruto's like, why did I stay back? Should have just left. Anyway, he jumps down from the tree. He was actually looking at the fight, and actually stopped Sasuke and actually knocked him out and said, let's go, I have the scroll. Anyways, they have both scrolls, and they actually leave. They arrive at the tower. Naruto realizes that he'll have to leave during the finals, or during he'd have to lose on purpose to get out of the village. Anyways, of course, since here Kiba's replaced by Sakura, there will be a bit of an alternate change here. But anyways, now of course after this, Sasuke and Tsuki got their curse mark sealed away, and Naruto went on to, Team 7 together went on to and the preliminaries. Here Naruto wasn't first at all. In fact, he was actually last against Sakura. All the fights go exactly the same. Sasuke's one goes the same, and since Sakura actually was meant to, since Ino actually loses here, Sakura still has a chance of winning. She's actually strong here. She was trained, and she actually decided to train this time. Not simple with Sasuke every single second of the fucking day, but of course she still likes him, and she will show that she is worthy. She's worthier than Ino at least. And anyways, since there is no double knockout here, the double knockout actually is between the two Hyugas, and that was actually Neji's that was that, and Neji actually started respecting Hinata after that. Well, Naruto's fight was second, well, last, of course. Lee was actually destroyed, and Naruto really didn't care, and he actually thought that this guy could be someone just like him. He could see he could see it in his eyes. Gara is dead inside, just like him. And once Gara actually came up, he walked past Naruto, and Naruto says, "Congrats, your show was amazing. In fact, I enjoyed it. Anyways, I hope I can fight you in the finals." And Naruto then actually pats him on the back, on his shoulder, and of course, uh, Gara wasn't expecting this. This kind of changed Gara on the spot. No one really congratulated him ever in his life, and Naruto did, even after seeing that one of his own fellow Leaf Ninja was nearly killed by him. He was confused, but at the same time he was happy, but at the same time baffled. He thought, what's going on here? Is he trying to be my friend? Is he trying to just take the piss? What's going on? Is he a psycho like me? And Naruto is not a psycho. He just wants to seem like a psycho, so people would get away from him and wouldn't associate with him. Of course, even Tsuki was a bit weirded out by this. Like, Rock Lee nearly got killed, and even Kakashi is like, "Naruto, do you not understand what just happened to Rock Lee?" And Naruto, that it doesn't really matter. It's none of my business. Stay out of my life. And anyways, Sakura against Naruto began. Sakura actually got a few hits on Naruto, and Naruto allowed her. And anywho, then, as soon as Sakura was about to deal her final blow, her ultimate attack, that would actually break Naruto's bones and even knock him out and even destroy pretty much the whole entire battlefield, was about to, she was about to use it, and Naruto easily could have dodged. He had the speed, and Naruto did absolutely nothing. He didn't even use a single technique. He didn't even try to fight back. He just did his best to protect himself, and he did. Even though Sakura got a few blows in, they did absolutely no damage, and Naruto was pretty much at full health. And anyways, as soon as this attack landed, Naruto actually took it head on without even trying to protect himself, without even putting his hands in front, or protecting his rib cage. And Naruto was hit right in the ribs, and he was actually out of the fight. Naruto allowed Sakura to win because he did not want to win. Naruto didn't care, and even the Hokage was surprised because he knew that Naruto easily could have beat Sakura. He has the power to, however, on purposely he didn't. And Shikamaru was like, "Really, Naruto?" Literally, he started shouting out, because Shikamaru has always wanted to be Naruto's friend. At the same time, admired him, how he's always stayed low, tried his best, and after all of this time, he even saw Naruto getting beaten on that day, and he felt pity for Naruto, and well, not pity, he felt sad for Naruto, because he didn't deserve it. Naruto really didn't deserve it. And also, Shikamaru always thought that Naruto was a good kid. After all, he always used to smile, say hello, be respectful, until that day. And ever since, he was always tried to be friends with Naruto and tried to bring him back to his old self and everything. However, after this was the breaking point. Shikamaru was like, "Really? You really let this happen to you? Even Sakura knows you could have dodged every single shot, every single attack of hers, and still you didn't. What's wrong with you? I always admired you. I thought you were going to be different from the others, but in fact you just gave up. Why?" Anyways, of course, then Shikamaru was calmed down. Of course, Shikamaru actually had a lot of respect for Naruto, because he saw that Naruto always persevered. Even after what happened, a lot of people would have been broken, and Naruto was broken. However, he was broken in a different way. His ideals were broken. His dreams were broken. Not his mentality. His mentality stayed the same. Having set a goal, he would fulfill his goal. Of course, this is what Naruto was in the original. He set the goal of becoming Hokage. He fulfilled his goal of becoming Hokage. He set the goal of protecting the village. He protected the village. Anyways, of course, Naruto's new goal is to leave the village. And since this is pretty much the same exact Naruto, just that he's a bit more broken, and at the same time more overpowered, badass and everything. Basically, what Naruto should have been is in the original Naruto is happening right now. Anyways, I'm on my bed, by the way. Anyways, Naruto, of course, then actually stands up. Pretty much only his clothes were ripped up, and he was actually healing himself. He was actually coughing out blood, saying, "Really, I don't care. Don't care what you think of me. You just should stay away from me. I told you multiple times. Every time you approached me with Choji, I told you to stay away from me, and to this day you don't. Every time I go out, I see you guys. You're doing this on purpose. Just leave me the hell alone. You know, if you get close to me, everyone's just going to hate you just like they do to me. This village is cursed. There's no need of me being anyone's friend. I don't want to have friends. I don't want to have any connections to this village. Not anymore, at least. This village is a disgrace. I'm embarrassed to be in a village like this. Anyway, I shall be going. After all, I haven't passed, I haven't won, I haven't done anything. I'm not in the finals. There's no need of me being here, is there? So, I'll take my leave. And of course, the Hokage was really saddened by what Naruto just said. And, you know, after all, the Hokage always wanted Naruto to be the best that he can, but in the end, it didn't play out like he wanted it to. But the Hokage now has to announce the 1 month training, and Sasuke was completely pissed. Anyways, after he heard everything that he needed to hear, he was going. Kakashi was already going to train him. Tsuki was actually going to train on her own, while Sasuke was meant to go straight with Kakashi. However, he stormed out of the stadium or wherever they did their preliminaries to see Naruto. He pulled Naruto by the collar, yeah. And of course, Tsuki and Kakashi saw this, and Sasuke started shouting, screaming at Naruto, saying, "How dare you! I've always wanted to be as strong as you, and here you are, regretting everything. You should be grateful to be that strong. This power, you're just using it. You're not using it. You're meant to use this to... You don't understand anything, Naruto. Every time, you're just depressed, and you don't use the power gifted to you." And Naruto then actually replies by actually punching Sasuke right in the face, saying, "Gifted? I wouldn't say so. Listen here, Sasuke. I'm not one of you prodigies like you, Kakashi, Tsuki. I'm not a prodigy at all. I never had anything in my life. I never had parents. I never had anyone. As soon as I try making a good, as soon as I try making becoming a good person, everyone just tells me, puts me down. There's no need of me trying. There's really no need. After all, I was born with nothing, and I will always be alone. So, is there really anything for me to try to strive to get? Really? Is there? Now, tell me, Sasuke. After all, you had a family. Even though now they're gone, you at least got to feel the warmth of them. Having a mom, a dad, even a sister. While here I am, all alone. Every single day of my life I was alone. And now you're telling me to try? Really? You should be trying on your own. Why should I try for you? You're only doing this because of your own gain. You're just trying to be as strong as me. However, I don't want this strength. In fact, if you could take it from me, I'd be more than glad. If you could take this damn nine tails from me. Do you not know how much pain I went through because of it? You guys don't understand anything. Go train and win your goddamn finals. Leave me the fuck alone." Anyways, Naruto, actually swearing at them, leaves and even, flicks them off and everything. But anyways, Naruto was fully pissed and says Team 7 is no more. And as he says that, he actually gives them his back and just walks away. Tsuki was actually really hurt by this, by Naruto saying all these things, and also saying that Team 7 is no more, because that just means that Naruto has left Team 7, and there is no set rule saying that a member of a team can't leave. Anyone could leave. It's not compulsory to be part of the team that you've been set or you've been put in. You can just leave at any time. You can just stop being a ninja fully. And there is Naruto just literally putting it out there. And a lot of people heard that, and a lot of people were happy. If you said they just heard Naruto declaring he's no longer a ninja, he doesn't want to be one. Some people were ecstatic and started celebrating, while others were like, while Shikamaru, Choji, and the rest who heard that were completely baffled, and some were actually feeling pity for Team 7, because now Team 7 lost one of the strongest member. Shikamaru and Choji and Ino knew that Naruto was the strongest member. Even Sakura knew, and she actually went to Tsuki to apologize, saying that this is her fault, and Tsuki says it's not. It's what Naruto wanted after all. Anyway, Team 7 is no more, but I'll still pass and become a tuning. Then I'll just get into a tuning team. Anyway, I'll go train now. And Sasuke is like, should we go, Kakashi sensei? And Kakashi is like, yeah. Of course, Kakashi was hurt by this as well, since he knows that Naruto is the fourth son, and the fourth Hokage gave him the Naruto's because he believed in him. Of course, he doesn't know anything about Naruto's attack and who the attacker was, or who they thought he was, Madara Uchiha, but in fact it was Obito. But anyways, now Naruto was able to pretty much get all the tension off of him at this point. No one really cared about him anymore. He's no longer a ninja, and of course, even the word even went to Iruka and the Hokage that Naruto no longer wants to be in Team 7, and of course Iruka actually went to Naruto's home and actually saw that there was nothing in it. Everything was tidy like usual. Yes, Naruto was a tidy person, but however it felt a bit more tidy than usual. He doesn't see any of Naruto's belongings anymore, and then once he gets out of the home, he actually sees the landlord with the keys, Naruto's keys, and he asked what happened, and the landlord was like, Naruto? He gave me the key. I mean, finally that damn fox is gone. Now I can get new clients. Anyways, now can you move please? I need to get in the home. Anyways, of course Iruka actually goes out and sees next to the bin where Naruto's little amount of stuff was, and Naruto threw everything away because he's starting he's starting a fresh start basically. Naruto was actually on the fourth Hokage stone face, and of course he didn't like the fourth Hokage at all. In fact, he even cursed the fourth Hokage, even though he was his favorite stone face, since he always wanted to be like the fourth Hokage. His kid self was still inside of him, always wanted to be just like the fourth Hokage. However, now the 12-year-old Naruto right now really hates the fourth Hokage and actually leaves a kunai actually impaled into his statue or stone face. And Iruka actually finds Naruto, and Naruto then looks at says, what do you want, Iruka sensei? Iruka then says, Naruto, I'm sorry you couldn't win, but you really didn't have to say that. And Naruto then says, listen, I don't care if I lost or won. I really didn't want to win in the first place. Second of all, I really don't want to be in Team 7. It was the worst team you could have put me in. You should have just not even let me pass when I even passed. You should not have gave me this damned headband. Anyways, I'll be going now. I'll be returning the headband soon. I'm just going to keep it for a bit longer. After all, it's my last few days as a ninja. And, Iruka was that, wait, what do you mean last few days as a ninja? And basically, Naruto then says, as a ninja of the Leaf Village, after all, I'm no longer going to be a ninja soon for the Leaf. And basically, Naruto emphasized for the Leaf to actually hint it a bit, but of course Iruka thought of it as Naruto quitting his ninja life, and he actually told Naruto that there are other good jobs to do other than a ninja, and it could even be safer for Naruto. And Naruto then actually smiles at Iruka, saying that he's always been helpful and he's never really treated him differently or badly, and he thanks him for that. And Iruka's like, of course I would, Naruto. Anyway, if you want to find a different kind of a different kind of profession other than a ninja, being a ninja, you can just come to me and I'll help you out. And Naruto says that he will, and then disappears from Iruka. Actually uses his substitution. Yes, his substitution is literally wind and leaves, and of course once he actually substitutes, the leaves actually cut up, so basically they get sliced into pieces, showing, and this is a bit of a foreshadow. And even Iruko's like, why did the leaf get sliced? And that just goes to show what will happen in the future. And anyways, now we go a bit into Sasuke's and Tsuki's training. Sasuke's training was pretty much a lot harder than in the original, especially because he pretty much nearly mastered the Chidori during his training for Zabuza, and the Tsuki actually trained with Zabuza and Haku until she met Jiraiya. Jiraiya actually came to train Naruto, but after finding out that Naruto didn't win, he actually started training Tsuki because he never found Naruto. Of course, Tsuki was asked about Naruto, and Tsuki did explain that Naruto was in her team, but however, he's no longer in Team 7, and she hasn't heard of him in weeks. And of course, Jiraiya was kind of pissed off at himself because Jiraiya was meant to be like Naruto's godfather. He wasn't meant to allow this to happen. However, he didn't take responsibility when he had the chance to, and now this is what happened. And he blames himself for it, even though Hokage told him not to blame himself. But however, he takes responsibility for his actions, which technically were his actions. Even in the original, like, he should have adopted Naruto, if we are being all honest. I know he had all these things to do, but I always thought that it would have been better for Naruto to be adopted by Jiraiya than Jiraiya just leaving him until like he's 12 and then train him for the next like 3 years total, and then dying in front, well, not in front of Naruto, but still leaving his legacy to Naruto. It was still a nice story to tell, but well, the tale of they told whatever of Jiraiya. And anyways, of course, Naruto by this time has already left the village. Yes, I've covered what they done. I'm just saying, Tsuki has the summoning jutsu by now, and she does not learn the Rasengan. She could learn the Rasengan, however, she does not want to, because she knows that this is a technique known by Naruto, and she actually tells Jiraiya that she doesn't want to learn it because this is a technique of Naruto. However, Jiraiya says that if she wants to become closer to Naruto, she should try to feel like Naruto and know the things that Naruto knows, and so she actually starts training in them. However, a month has passed and she does not master the Rasengan. However, she's close to mastering it. She's done the first 2 steps, containment, and well, you know what I mean, the popping the balloon and then popping a water balloon, then a normal balloon, and then containing it in it. She's on the containment side of the training, and anyways, part of the training. Now, of course, Tsuki actually was hoping that Naruto would come and see her match, and no one's heard from Naruto ever since that day. Oh well, even Iruka actually started getting worried. Naruto did sell give the home back to the landlord, and he was kind of worried. At first, he thought that Naruto was staying in a different hotel or something, but once he actually did some research on the same, like a few days before, and on the day of the Chunin exam finals, he actually goes to the Hokage, and the Hokage is like, wait, Naruto did what? And of course, it was too late, but now they had to continue with the Chunin exams, and he said, as soon as the Chunin exams end today, I will do some thorough research and I'll get some Jonins to look into it. We need to make, for now, Iruka, I'm sorry. I know today was meant to be your day off, but please try to find Naruto. Iruka then said, I'll try my best, but I may need some assistance. And then basically, Danzo walked in and said, you resent every single time you do something wrong. Alright, the Anbu Black Ops will help you. Now, of course, it's been weeks since Naruto has left. He left at least 3 weeks ago. Naruto spent 1 week in the village just looking around where he grew up, and he actually realized that maybe not everything was the worst. There were some places that he really truly loved, and because he was mostly alone, he could be in peace. But anyways, Naruto has left the village, and he's not too far right now. He's actually settled in a little town, and He's actually happy there for now. And anyways, Naruto's it's actually pretty far. It's actually really far, to be honest. It's not too far, but at the same time it's really far. Uh it's far, basically. It's actually the village that Tsunade is in right now, before she actually goes to the village where Naruto and Jiraiya found them. And Naruto and Tsunade actually do bump into each other. Of course, she's in there talking about the Leaf Village, and as soon as she does, well, of course, they bump into Naruto. Naruto apologizes, and of course, as Naruto walks by, they see that Naruto had the headband attached or wrapped around his arm. And Tsunade was drunk, and she's like, "Aren't you a leaf, Shinobi?" And of course, she couldn't see that there was a cross on it. But Naruto then says, "Well, I was, and now I'm a rogue ninja. I'm only traveling the world now. So, and plus, I don't really want to be a ninja. However, I'd rather be considered as a rogue ninja since I never officially retired. Anyways, I'll see you around." Of course, Tsunade was like, a 12-year-old rogue ninja. He won't last even a month outside the village. And of course, Shizuna's like, "Wait, shouldn't we bring him back to the village at least? Like, maybe the Hokage is worried or something. He might know him." And basically, Tsunade is like, "Oh, whatever, that old geezer can do it himself." And anyways, of course, before she left, she asked for his name. And Naruto said, "My name? You could call me Naruto Uzumaki. However, that won't be my name for too long. After all, it's a cursed name in my opinion." Of course, as he says Uzumaki, they raise an eyebrow. They're like, "Uzumaki, wait. The Uzumaki clan is destroyed. Naruto Uzumaki, blonde hair, blue eyes, Uzumaki, the wife of the fourth Uzumaki, Kushina Uzumaki, the former tailed beast Jinchuriki for the Nine Tails, or Jinchuriki of the Nine Tails. Minato was blonde, blue eyes, and he was married to an Uzumaki. They had a child which was meant to be a top secret, S rank secret. Wait." And they added 1+1. Even drunk Tsunade is like, "You're returning to the village with us." And as she says that, Naruto disappeared. Of course, Naruto must have realized that maybe he gave himself away. Uzumaki is a strong clan. He did do some research about it, and even found out that the Uzumaki clan were Jinchuriki for the Naruto's for decades, even centuries by now. But anyways, of course, now, and Tsunade actually did send a letter, which actually took a while to actually arrive to the Hokage. He actually went to Jiraiya, and on the day of the tuning exams, as Jiraiya was about to say goodbye and wish Tsuki luck, he gets a letter saying, "Hey, do you know someone called Naruto Uzumaki?" And basically, of course, Jiraiya's like, "Why is Tsunade asking about Naruto?" And Tsuki asks, "Well, let me see that." And of course, everyone's actually, well, not everyone, but people are starting to add 1+1. And of course, the letter kept going, not the letter, but yes, the letter. And it kept going by saying, "Yeah, because I just saw a kid with blonde eyes, whiskers, blonde hair, blue eyes, whiskers, and his name was Naruto Uzumaki. And as soon as I realized that Uzumaki, one of the survivors of the Uzumaki, and I saw that he had the headband, and he said he's a rogue ninja, I realized that he's the Naruto's Jinchuriki. What's going on, Jiraiya? You need to explain. Is this some kind of joke?" And basically, of course, Jiraiya realized I did 1+1, and of course, Tsuki wasn't able to read the whole letter. She didn't get to, because Jiraiya actually took it away from her and said, "Okay, Tsuki, it's fine. It's just that Tsunade was actually asking about the Naruto's Jinchuriki because she just needed to know. Remember, Tsunade, one of the legends on, and she's just a bit worried about the village and everything, and she needed to know. Anyway, you can go." And as soon as Tsuki was a bit worried, but at the same time, she knew that Jiraiya wouldn't lie to her or anything. And anyways, she went off, and Jiraiya's like, "God damn it!" And as he says that, he actually needs to do something, and so he goes to the Hokage, but it's too late, so he has to wait. Of course, he actually meets Iruka on the way, and actually, bumps into Iruka, and Iruka asks about Naruto at the same time as Jiraiya did, and shit's going down. The Chunin exams begin. Naruto's seen outside the village with his headband, actually being with a cross on it, well, with this you know, with a mark on it, showing that he is no longer a Leaf Shinobi. Tsunade finally decides to make contact with the Leaf, and a lot of things are happening. Naruto finally left the Leaf Village, and he seemed to be happy up until right now, because he just realized that he's been caught, and so he took the little things that he bought from here. He only bought new clothes, they were all dark, and disappeared again. He actually had a hoodie and disappeared again to a different village. This time Naruto was actually heading out of the land of fire. Yes, Naruto decided that the land of fire is not a safe place for him, because he would be found real fast. Anyways, that's what I'm gonna end off. Hope you enjoyed the place. Okay, stay safe. This was the King of Weebs there, and don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to get you good quality merch from Bit of Halo, good lamps, LED lamps from lamptee.com. All the discount codes are in the description below. Read it properly so you understand how the discounts work. And except for Lamptee, which is pretty self-explanatory, any purchase is 10% off with the with my code. And don't forget to subscribe to every single channel in the description below, because they're my friends, and my second channel for Dragon Ball Wives. Actually, prepare the Dragon Ball Wives. It will be uploaded soon, or maybe even before this part. And also, don't forget to join the Discord server, link in the description below, and follow me on Instagram. Follow my friend Shokiro, who drew my YouTube profile picture. And yeah, peace, take care, stay safe, and my luck links are dismissed.